everyone, welcome back to another video on the Black Suit. My name is GeGe and I'm a full-time lawyer. I started this channel to provide tips and guidance to empower women in the workplace. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about how to get over the fear of networking. I know there are a lot of shyer folks out there who might not feel comfortable networking, so this video will provide some tips to help overcome the fear. Please stay tuned. For women, networking is difficult because we often feel like we're being so insincere when we're networking. We just want something from the person we're networking with, and how dare we be so mercenary about things. I think it's important to not think of networking as a transactional relationship. It is a transactional relationship, but it's also a way for you to make really great friends and long-lasting connections that will serve you in more than just a business context. So when you approach networking, think of networking as I'm looking for a friend who happens to also be in the same line of work as me, or who happens to be able to help me in my work world as well as my personal world. That way, you're less likely to feel awkward about networking. And networking takes a long time. Really, it's not an instant thing. You're not going to just find one person and that person's going to be everything you ever needed to help you advance your career or whatever other needs you have. Networking is a long game. So the minute you start networking, you're just planting the seeds for something bigger down the line. And that something bigger could come in 5 or 10 years. So if you view it in that long frame, you realize that networking is not that transactional because it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of touch points and a lot of time, and you do need to build a real connection, not just a superficial one-time meetup or a phone call. So for networking to be effective, you got to do it for a long time. Second tip for overcoming the feeling of awkwardness when it comes to networking is you should start in the workplace, because you have to be at work, so you can't get out of that. And when you are at work, you can take baby steps to get more comfortable talking to strangers and getting out of your comfort zone. For example, if you're at the water cooler, say hi to the person next to you. If you're in line to the bathroom, say hi to the person in the bathroom. These baby steps can really help you work up to something more, like networking at big events or conferences. So when you're in the workplace, it's very easy to meet people because you're there in your office and there are others around you. So it's very convenient to just say hello and build a relationship from that. It's easy to network at work because you can participate in happy hours, in group lunches, and you should definitely do those things. Participate in as many work-sponsored activities as you can to get more comfortable with networking and talking to strangers and making conversation. Outside of work, you can also improve your networking skills as well. My suggestion for activities you can do outside of work are join a meetup group, and I'll link down below the meetup website. You'll find a lot of different groups with different kinds of activities that you might enjoy, such as a coffee brewing group. If you are the type of person who enjoys learning about the process of coffee brewing, you can meet up with people who like to knit, for example, or people who like to do woodwork, side projects, all sorts of things. Meetups are great, and you can do those to get more comfortable. And they're an easy way to get into more hardcore networking because meetups are more informal. You know you already have something in common with the people because your hobbies align, your interests align, so it's easier to make small talk and get those networking connections. Outside of meetups, you can also do hobby groups of any kind within your neighborhood or your apartment building. In the workplace, maybe there's somebody who has a hobby group you can join. Then there's Toastmasters. It is essentially an organization that helps people become better speakers. So if you join Toastmasters, you'll likely become a little bit smoother in your conversation skills and your presentation skills, and that might give you the confidence you need to really network and build up your networking skills and make more connections. And for me personally, I enjoy exercising and I'm an avid runner, so I join running groups to help build up my network and meet people outside of work. And it's also nice to go running with other people because I'm more motivated to run when I'm around others who are running, and it takes me out of the office, out of my house, and gives me some fresh air and some nature to help make me feel better, boost my mood. So it's all very good, and I enjoy doing that. So if you're an avid runner or person who works out, join some exercise club. The gym works great too. You could just go to the gym once COVID's over. Definitely will help you meet people. Now, once you've done these activities I mentioned that you can pick up at work or pick up outside of work with informal hobby groups, then you can move on to the big leagues, which is networking at conferences, networking at different meetings with professionals like yourself. Any big scale event, you'll feel more comfortable networking once you've made those baby steps at work and outside of work. My biggest tips for networking in a big setting are as follows. You want to, number one, get to know the people who are running the event. If you know the people who are running the event, you can go to those people and say, I'm new here, my interests are X, Y, and Z. Do you know anybody here with similar interests whom I should speak to? That's a great way to help other people help you and make things less awkward, especially if everybody at a meeting or at a conference already know each other and you're the only new person in the room, but you don't know how to break the ice with people. Go to the event planner, go to somebody who knows people essentially. Have them help you make the introduction. A great tip I got from watching Tim Ferriss's videos on YouTube is you could tap the moderator to serve that role for you as a person who makes introductions. For example, if you're at a speaking event where there are a lot of panelists, like a conference, you go up to the moderator after the panel discussion is over and say, hi, I really enjoyed that session. I thought the speakers were great. I particularly loved X speaker's talk on Y topic. I'm very interested in Y topic. Do you know of anybody here who I should talk to so that I can learn more? And that moderator will likely know how to set you up with some people so you can learn more and meet other people. It's a great way to mingle if you're new to a setting and you don't know anybody else around you. Now, if you don't have a moderator or event planner or any sort of wingman or wingwoman that can help you make those introductions, a great way to break the ice is small talk. For women, it's pretty simple. You go up to maybe another female and you say, wow, those shoes you have on are so nice. Or wow, I really like those earrings you have. Wow, did you get that bag from Chanel? I've been wanting to try out that bag. These sorts of conversation starters are pretty natural, I think, and they'll definitely help break the ice for you so then you can talk to the person about other things beyond what they're wearing or what accessories they're carrying. So keep that in mind. Small talk helps break the ice. Now, if you are really, really scared about networking in big events, my tip for that is just bring a friend. Bringing a friend always helps. The downside of bringing a friend, though, is you might be inclined just to stick to your friend the whole time, which is not helpful because you're not going to meet anybody new if you stick to your friend and stay in your comfort zone. You have to break out of your comfort zone a little bit. And how I do that is I set an intention for myself. This is very important. Set an intention for yourself before you go to a networking event and say, I'm going to meet 2 new people and I'm not going to leave until I meet 2 new people. Make sure you have conversation with those people, get their contact information, learn about what they do, what are their interests, etc. And make sure you get their information so you can follow up with them in a couple of weeks, just to say hello again. Set that intention to meet people, because that will make sure that you don't come out of a networking event empty-handed. And my last tip here is, I know sometimes people don't want to network because they're afraid of offending people when they are no longer interested in talking to that person. So how do you break out of a conversation that you are not engaged in anymore and you have no interest and you want to meet other people? I think you can be frank. Just say, it was really great talking to you. I hope our paths cross again. I'll check you out later. Something like that. Something simple. You can also just say, I think we both probably want to get to know other people around here, so I'm going to start doing that. It was so great to chat with you. I really appreciate your time. Hope I'll see you again later. Something like that to cut off the conversation would be, I think, totally acceptable. Just don't be rude. People understand. It's a big event. There are a lot of people to meet, and you don't want to take up all of your time with just one person. You're there to meet more than one person. So just be real and say what's on your mind and say you want to meet other people. So those are my tips for networking for people who are not natural at networking or who are shy about networking. I hope you found these tips useful. If you enjoy them, please click the thumbs up button. It will really help support this video and support my channel. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate your subscription to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.